guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your favorite girl, Amina-Mitchelle. I don't know, this is probably shoot number 50. I've been taking, cutting. But hey, this is it. I hope this is going to be my last take, okay? Yeah, so if you are new to the channel, thank you so much for coming through. Enjoy, make yourself comfortable. This is Amina's space. If you're a returning subscriber, guys, thank you so much for the loyalty. I love you all. Okay. So today I'm going to be talking about the grapevine. So most people use these words interchangeably and sometimes in different contexts, and some claim they're different, but today I just wanted us to give them the same meaning. The grapevine, gossip, slander. So people say it's slander when it's with malicious intention. Then gossip when you are talking about everything, whether it's true or it's not necessarily very true, it still falls under gossip. And then the grapevine. The grapevine, someone did highlight to me last night that if it's grapevine can be used like in marketing. For example, I buy Nike sneakers and then you like them, I tell you where I got them, you go get them, someone sees you the sneakers, you tell them where you got them, and you know, eventually it's a whole cycle of people telling each other where to get something, and it works in marketing. So in that way, it's in a positive manner. So it's still called grapevine. Right? So grapevine can still be used for marketing purposes. But however, that's not what I'm talking about today. Today I'm talking about makua. Today I'm talking about makua. Today I'm talking about people's business. Today I'm in your business. Okay? Okay, yeah. So generally, I did do a poll yesterday. It was generally a question and answer session, like, hey guys, what do you think about the grapevine, your takes on gossip, and why is it so hard for people to desist, right? And I'm going to highlight 3 answers that I got from people. Number 1 was from a very close friend of mine, and she said, girl, I don't gossip. My mom taught me since I was a child. She said, don't gossip. And I was like, wow, that's huge. You know, like things that you were taught from the time you were very, very young. It's hard to just let go of those things because, I mean, they're engraved in you, right? Yeah, so I really think that if, as a society, if there's anything we want to breed in the next generation, let's make sure that we emphasize it as we are raising them as kids. That way, it will be second nature. That's point number 1. Then point number 2. It was a friend of mine who was like, we actually gossip because we are seeking validation, sometimes for our own wrongs, right? So take for example, let's say I steal, right? Let's say I'm a thief, and then like I'm good in everything else. I do all those other nice things, but I struggle with thievery. Is it called thievery? Theft? I mean, whatever. But I struggle with stealing, right? And then someone else struggles with lies. They just lie. And that's someone else's anger issues, right? I, the one who steals, am going to feel like, okay, I do this. Then I come here and I tell people, guys, she lied when she said A, B, C, D, right? Then everyone's gonna be like, they lied to me about A, B, C, D. Or they also lied to me about A, B, C, D, right? And at the end of the day, I'm gonna feel a lot better about my stealing because, come on, at least I'm not lying, you know, all of that. So that probably a very bad example, but that's what that person meant, that we actually gossip because it makes us feel good about our own wrongs, about the things that are wrong with us. And then the last person just said, it's actually the devil's weapon in destroying a society, in destroying a people. Guys, gossip and slander comes to steal, kill, and destroy. But you know what? God came that we may have life. Christ came that we may have life and life in abundance, right? Yeah, I was going to go deep into biblical texts, but I really just want to talk about this issue like on a general surface level. Okay, so 3 weeks back I attended an event by the Tanya Raza Initiative. Guys, do check out their pages on Facebook and Instagram. Great initiative. Very, very great place to be. So they hosted this event, and the theme of the event was building strong relationships. So they tackled relationships from your personal relationships, your mjolo, and they also did talk a lot about corporate relationships. And they did dissect a lot about any other space where you would ever have to find yourself in relation with other human beings or systems, right? And I loved it completely. So one of the latest speakers who spoke on relationships and corporate, I still hear her voice in my head. I still hear her voice in my head, that woman. She said, by all means, stay away from the grapevine. By all means, far be it from you to be involved in grapevine. Far be it from you to be involved in grapevine. Okay, fine. So when she said this, I was driving on my way home and I'm like, but is that even possible? I mean, makuwa happens everywhere. In offices, in marriages, in friendships, in every way. Like there's makuwa and all of that. But try to imagine a society where we didn't slander each other like that. Try to imagine a society where we were so empathetic to think about how the other person was going to feel if they had the things that we said about them in their absence. Try to think of that. How healthy would it be to live in such an environment? You know? Okay. So I just came up with 2 tests as a person. By the way, guys, disclaimer, these are my opinions. Take it or leave it. It's up to you. These are my opinions, right? I feel like whenever you say something, it should pass this test. If you cannot repeat the very same thing that you said about someone in front of them, then you'd rather not say it in their absence. Because, quite frankly, you can't. Okay? It means most of the times, it's more often than not, it's despicable. As you tell it, right? And then, secondly, if the other person who hears what you say about the other person would change their mind or their eternal view about this person such that it becomes a negative one, then by all means also don't say that thing about that person. Those are the 2 tests I'm going to be implementing in my own life, right? Yeah. Secondly, so those were the 2 points I raised. And then the last thing I also just want to raise, which is something that a lady that I once worked with told me was, hey, Amina, there is always room for growth. There is always room for growth. So when I was growing up also in high school, there was a teacher of mine who used to say, don't derive complacence from huge numbers, right? So simply because gossip has become a norm in our societies, you're like, but makuwa no itikagweze, tistatangane makuwa ere, you know? You're like, we're not the first ones to gossip. So why does it matter? Why does it matter? I want you to know that don't derive your complacence from big numbers. The effect is huge. When you say it, it sounds inconsequential, right? When you say it and you are number 17 out of a chain of 100, you think it doesn't matter. But you perpetuated the chain from 16 to 18, you're number 17, right? And at the end of the day, you've just perpetuated a wrong message, and none of us is able to produce things verbatim. A lot of creativity happens when it comes to gossip and slander. A lot of creativity happens from one person to number 5 chayo. Broken telephone, it's wrong by the time it gets to number 5. Now imagine the chain is longer and eventually it gets to the person who was being talked about and it's not nice at all. And you want to say I'm not the one who made the news reach them, but you still took part. You were part of the chain. So there is always room for growth. If you have been partaking in slander, we all have at some point. In gossip, we all have at some point, right? And maybe you're like my friend who has never, or who at least tries so hard not to. But I want us to know that there is always room for growth. And always look within. Before you point a finger at the other person and say, they, look at the you, look at the I, right? Even the Bible says, why do you want to be more concerned about this small thing in my eye when you have a whole log in your own eye, right? Yeah, so we all are struggling in some way, one way or the other. We all are struggling. It's really important as a society to extend grace to other people. Yes, and someone was saying, why should we worry about gossip? Most of the 90% of the time, it's true. That could be true as well, but simply because it's true, it doesn't give us the right to talk about it. Why should we? If it's true, then so be it. But why should we talk about people's business if it could potentially harm who they are, right? Or at least society's perception of who they are, right? Yeah, so I don't know, but it's my call to everyone who's watching this video to do a self-introspectory exercise. What is it that you are? What is it that you're trying to validate within yourself? Work on that instead of projecting your insecurities onto other human beings using gossip or slander. Yeah, so that's that on that, guys. I love you all, and I'm so grateful that this became my final video. Whew. Bye.